Hey everyone, it's Mike here, and this is Resellers Roundtable, episode number 11. We are live again talking about reselling, eBay, Amazon, Etsy, e-commerce, whatever comes to mind. It's going to be a great show tonight. We got Scott and Mike here. We're going to be showing some items that we recently picked up, and we're also going to answer a lot of the questions that we received in the Resellers Roundtable Facebook group. So before we start showing some items, though, Scott, what's new, what's exciting to you, what's happening, how's life in Indiana?
Oh, nothing much, man. Hey, everybody, thanks for coming out tonight, actually, checking us out. Nothing much, just on the grind, reselling, getting ready, getting pumped up, getting everything together for quarter four. It's that time of the year. We're turning the corner into lap 3. We're in the lap 4 yet. We turned the corner for lap 3. Getting the game face on, getting ready, man, for this the fun time of the year to start.
Heck yeah! So how are you getting ready, dude? Just saving money? What are you doing? Did you flip that second Dreamcast yet, or what?
Not yet. It's in the hopper though to get ready. But no, I'm hiding money in the mattress. I'm doing the quick flips. I'm getting it together, getting money together, getting inventory together, because I want to be ready, man. I looked into the crystal ball. The crystal ball said this is going to be an awesome quarter four, so I'm ready for it.
Heck yeah, man. I don't know if we want to talk about that, but Star Wars, man, you guys got to get approved if you want to go out there and hustle the Star Wars, and something to look into for sure. What's new with you, Mr. Mike? What's going on? What are you drinking over there, man?
I have some diet soda. It's hot here, so it's delicious because it's cold. It just came out of the fridge.
Is it Diet Dr. Thunder?
No, but it's the same family. It's just diet cream soda from Walmart.
So. There you go.
There you go, Walmart. There's your plug for tonight.
Hey, it's got great value, too. Great value.
Great value. It's the only stuff I drink now. I'm just chilling tonight once and, just took it easy. And, I'm getting back into the hustle tonight. I'm going to be listing a ton of stuff on eBay and Etsy. Pretty much Amazoned out. I got everything shipped off to Amazon FBA, almost everything, and waiting for another order to get together, and I'm going to ship that out. But, yeah, man, I'm just trying to do my hustle and make some money. And it looks like you're wearing one of my items because I just sold that to you last week.
Yeah, I do appreciate it, man. Gotta love the pair I found. I mean, this one's perfect. Fits like a glove,
And no joke, that's honestly the only time I've ever measured a piece of clothing and it sold like bam. So
yeah, dude, and it fits. Usually I wear an extra large, and I was like, hey, what size is that? You go, it's a large. Just measure that for me, because I can fit in a large. I'm not that freaking overweight, but but yeah, I love this shirt, dude. Any of these Paradise Found shirts, man, they're comfy, and I like them, man. Because I want to be like Tom Selleck, Scott.
I know, man.
Yeah, bro.
All you need is the porn stash, and you're there.
Ferrari.
Oh yeah, and the Ferrari, of course.
All right, so we appreciate all of you guys watching live, and all of you guys that are going to watch this on the replay for sure. Before we get into the other items here, talk about something you recently sold. I recently sold. I had a 1962 Life board game, right? And this board game, it was just shot. It was missing pieces. So I just parted it out, And it wasn't a huge sale, not like that, but it was like $12 or $13 shipped. And it was worth it rather than me just going, oh, man, I can't find the pieces. I don't want to sell it incomplete. So I just kind of lotted everything up and just threw a price on eBay and sold. So nothing huge with that. But, hey, every dollar adds up at the end of the day, right? Scott, what did you recently sell?
Actually, I just sold that My Buddy doll that I had listed in the group. I sold it over the weekend.
Nice.
I listed it for $39.99, best offer. I took an offer of $35, and it sold within about 24 hours of me listing it. I didn't think it would sell that fast, but I priced it more competitively than other people were pricing it. You know what I'm saying? So. So, I mean, it was kind of weird. I didn't want it in the house that long because I was having, Chucky flashbacks. I was in there with them big blue eyes staring at me for weeks and weeks and weeks. I priced them to move, but I only paid 10 cents for that doll. I paid 10 cents for them, and it turned into $35. So, I mean, yeah, every little bit counts, and, Another thing, don't overlook plush. I was digging through plush, and I saw him at the bottom of the pile at the Goodwill outlet, and I was like, this is a freaking my buddy doll.
That's
Complete.
I remember the commercial and the song.
I think we all do. But yeah, that's
too awesome. There's good money in plush. I mean, I know you've talked about Scott, and we've talked about it, and it's just, you know, sometimes it's a pain in the butt to look through all these things, but man, if you could pull out $20 bills, $30 bills, why not do it?
Exactly.
So, Mr. Mike Banhammer, dude, what have you recently sold?
Dude, Etsy has been on fire for me, especially with SummerSlam being yesterday. Like, all my vintage wrestling posters that I had up on Etsy are pretty much gone. $25 a pop.
Wow.
I just sold one a couple days ago, and the person paid with PayPal, so I got it out that day. I didn't have to do any of the waiting or anything, and, you know, I love those vintage wrestling posters because I can put up so many of them on Etsy, and like that has been my top seller on Etsy so far. Is just the straight vintage wrestling posters. So, man, I could sell those all day and just.
Now, do you ship those in a poster tube, or you just cram them in a flat rate mailer?
I don't do either. I buy those magazine plastic protectors with the cardboard piece inside. And I put it in there, I tape it up, and then I throw it in a manila envelope and write in big letters with my Sharpie, "Do not bend, post office." And,
so you fold these?
Well, yeah, they're folded posters. They're coming out of poster books and stuff.
Okay. Pretty cool.
So it makes it a lot easier to ship.
So that's something to look for, man. Freaking wrestling posters. Looking at the I always look at these magazines when I see them at the thrift stores or at garage sales. I'm always flipping through them, you know, and interesting stuff for sure. All right, so let me show you guys something I recently picked up here. And I'm going to be very honest with you guys. You know, we talk in the show about the different items we find, and I thought I hit a home run here, right? And then, but here's how I am. I mean, I like to look at the items, and when I see something, I just kind of go, okay, cool. I put it in my hand or in the cart. Let me ask you this. First, you see this. What comes to your mind? Is this vintage? Nike Waffles. Waffle racer shoes.
Well, no.
No, okay. See, I just glanced at them. I saw the waffle. I said, dude, okay, cool. I didn't pay any attention. I didn't even look in the inside of the shoe. All right. Now they're worn. I don't even know if I can get any money for these. Yeah, you see that? How worn they are? Ugh. Mm-hmm. But so I brought them home, and I'm looking at them, getting ready to list them and clean them up. And I'm like, damn, right? Because these retro ones, the label is actually different than the original. The original had the orange Nike swoosh, right?
Right.
But what caught me off guard with these is the inside. It's pretty much the same text as the originals. So I was like, oh man, this is original. It's not though. It's like from 2000.
Yeah, that's what it kind of screamed to me as, like a repop.
Yeah, right. So 2009, I was like, oh man, you know, they're kind of beat up. So I'm like, okay. So I just happened to look. These things are still worth money. I don't know how much money I can get for them because honestly the soles are roached, but I think I can get $30-$40 for them just as is. But if you look these up, the retro, just type in Nike Waffle Racer on eBay and look at the complete listings. I mean, if these are in better shape, some of them are going for hundreds, $150, $80, $90. Huh?
How much did you pay for those?
I paid $6.99 and half off, so I got $3.50 in them.
Oh man, if you got 25 for them, that would be a home run.
Yeah, it was one of those things where it's like, you know what? Again, I need to pay more attention sometimes because my mind's racing. I want to get in and out of these stores, and I just thought, oh man, it's a home run. These are vintage. Brought them home, and I'm like, oh, you know, it's not what I thought they were, but they were still worth some money, you know. So I'm not totally disappointed on that, but at the same time, it goes to show you that, you know, people miss out on things. I mean, I'm not perfect, man. You know, as much as I want to sit there and look at every Pendleton I get and go, all right, is there a moth bite in there? I just buy them.
Yeah, me too. I still sell moth holes in them.
You still sell them with the moths in them?
With the moth holes, not the moth. People send me shit with bugs. I don't do that stuff to other people.
Like a Pendleton blanket with your own moth colony.
Yeah, right? Yeah, Coin Silver says 800 says currently at 120-ish on eBay. Yeah, I mean, that's why I was kind of excited about that. I was like, hey, this is pretty cool. But again, I thought they were vintage, and, you know, we'll just show you that.
Don't most Nike Waffles, though, that soles are like the brown, though? like the ones from the 70s.
Yeah, some of them are the brown, then they have the black ones.
Yeah,
And,
I've never seen the black ones. That's why I said I assume that they weren't. Because I always thought that the ones from the 70s all are brown.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Nike Waffles. You guys in the chat there. So, yeah, we'll see what happens. I'll update you guys on what it's selling for. But yeah, I'm thinking $20 to $35. I don't know. Maybe I shoot higher. Maybe I just put them up there for $60 with buy it now best offer. I don't know. But I thought at one point I'm like, oh my god, I'm never going to sell these. But we'll see. Maybe I won't. So Scott, what have you found, man? Anything cool?
Yeah, actually I did, and I picked this up at the Goodwill. So got the 99-cent sticker on it. It's one of the if you're a kid from the 80s, you remember these. These are the tabletop
I have one of those.
pinball machines. This one is the Starcom pinball tabletop. It runs on D batteries, which I haven't picked up yet, but I need to pick up some. But yeah, this is pretty cool. Here, you know, you play your pinball on the tabletop. You still got the legs attached, which is always crazy. You never find these with the legs still on them. And the compartments are good. So yeah, I mean, I see stuff like this all the time at thrift stores, and they still miss stuff like this. This is I mean, it's not super valuable, but it's valuable to the right person. Somebody that collect these, somebody's looking to complete a collection. You know,
somebody that grew up with it and somebody gave it away.
Yeah, exactly. What I'm thinking I'm gonna do is I'm gonna make a listing on Amazon, make a product page and throw it on there, and package it up and send it in around Christmas time. So take some good photos of it, do it like that, because they're not really selling for much on eBay. So this is something I'm gonna do with it. But
what's not much on eBay?
I was seeing them like $20.
Okay.
$30 maybe. I think they're worth more than $30. I think they are complete. You know, me personally. So you know, I'm gonna throw them on Amazon and put $100 on it and roll the dice to see what the hell happens. You know.
Awesome. Yeah, you could totally see that in somebody's game room. You know, they got a couple pinball machines and they got or in their basement, and yeah, that's super cool. I found one like that before. I don't know if it was kind of like a repop. I remember. Well, matter of fact, I remember last year that was a good FBA, a little bit of a bolo. Those Star Wars pinball ones. They had tabletop ones and they had full stand ones. They were cheap, but they were selling like hotcakes. But it was a Star Trek one, and it was really neat. And I was sitting there, I was playing it forever, and then I sold it for like $35 for it. But yeah, awesome. Mike, Mr. Amp It Up, dude, what did you find this week?
I found something really cool, and it goes along with the wrestling stuff. I sniped this off of eBay. It's a 1989 Hulk Hogan teddy bear, and it's complete with the headband, the shirt, the belt, and the booties, which are always missing, because they slide right off. This thing is clean. It's in very good condition. The tag is still crisp. These things don't really go for that much on eBay, or the ones I have are missing stuff. I'm thinking about sending it into Amazon for Q4. Just creating a listing. This thing's complete, and it's weird, like the range of prices that Hulk Hogan stuff is going now, with him being fired and all the stupid stuff he did. The action figures really haven't changed in value, but this is from 1989 and it's complete and in very good condition. So I think I can get anywhere from $50 to $100 on Amazon for it.
That's awesome. That's cool, man.
Yeah.
So you're gonna create your own listing for that on Amazon and then just see what goes. That's a perfect one to do that with, because it's just the word Hulk Hogan will show up, when people are searching. So yeah, that's awesome.
And it's complete, which not everybody can say about theirs. So not everybody's going to be able to jump on the listing because this thing is complete. It's got a little bit of wear on the nose. That's about it. But I mean, other than that, this thing looks great for being like. This thing is so old.
26 years old.
It looks better than I did.
1989 was 26 years ago. Is that right? Did I do my math right?
Yeah, it looks better than I did at 26. So I think I can get a little bit of money for it.
Word.
Cool. Super cool. All right. So we've got a bunch of questions here, guys. So hopefully we're gonna get back to some of the stuff that we've picked up, and then we'll address some other things we're going to talk about later here. But let's get into some questions here from the people of Resellers Roundtable, the Facebook group. And first one is from, looks like Denise Gilbert, the pros and cons of using Repricer software for Amazon FBA. Anybody want to tackle that one? First off, do you guys use a Repricer?
No, I don't. I don't use a Repricer anymore. I did though, and I think it's really good because it's a set and forget type of mentality. You can pretty much set up your parameters, and you can set your highs and lows based on your product, based on if you're competing with the buy box from Amazon, competing with the buy box against other FBA sellers or merch from field sellers. I think if you're doing volume, a lot of volume, it's a necessity to have a Repricer. But you know, it has its drawbacks. Like you could mess up one of your parameters, and you end up in a crazy race to the bottom, like when they were selling penny PlayStation 3s or whatever happened last.
That's crazy.
No, they only did that last year because Walmart was matching the prices. They were just trying to get their PS3s for like under $10 at Walmart.
That was crazy.
Yeah, it's like it's just So I mean, it's good stuff to happen with it, and it's not so good stuff. But I think it's just based on your business, and if you're doing if you have a large volume, and I'm talking about maybe 1,000 SKUs or more, I think you really need it. Because me and Mike actually talked about this on the Blab the other night, and I was telling him that I don't have one, and I think I spend about an hour a day repricing my inventory. That's 30 hours a week, a month that I'm spending at my computer just doing that. Is it worth me to paying $100 a month to have the computer automatically redo it? I think so. So it's a time thing, a money thing. I think those are all things you need to consider when you're thinking about a repricer.
Yeah, Nagel, what's your thoughts on the repricers?
I tried one out for the 2-week trial period, and it made things definitely a little bit easier for me. But the problem is, like, I don't have that amount of inventory in my FBA store. So with the way they redid everything on Amazon for Seller Central, I mean, because of the amount of items I have, I can just go right in and change everything up. They made it a lot easier, and the interface is a lot better to go in there and set parameters, even on on Amazon itself. So, I mean, when I get the type of inventory in Amazon that I'm hoping to get by this time next year, I'll probably go back to that repricer. But I mean, for me, it just doesn't make sense right now because I'm not really spending that much time repricing.
Yeah, for me, I mean, it works for me. I mean, I've got too many listings and I've got too many Asins and stuff going on over there. And I was before I had a repricer, I was pretty much just going in there and like Scott was saying, sitting there for hours, kind of plugging away, and then. Especially when I was really, really new, going, why is it when I reprice it, this guy automatically comes in at $1 less than me or a penny less, And then I realized that was the repricing game. And but yeah, it's changed my business because I send the stuff in, I price my stuff higher, so when it hits the warehouse, once it hits the warehouse and gets checked in, I then go into my computer and the app Eagles, what I use, I click on it and I just select the ones that say no minimums, and then the ones that are no minimums, I go minimum price, highest price, right? And I just set it and forget it pretty much. And then, probably I would say once, maybe twice a month, I'll go through there and find out what's going on with some of these other listings that the items aren't selling. Maybe if I need to raise my prices or lower my prices. But I think if you're doing some volumes, you should have a repricer. I think if you're a bookseller, I think it's a must to have a repricer. Honestly, I'm talking somebody who's got over 2,000, 3,000, 4,000 books. Because when I first started Amazon, and I had a ton of books. I think I had 3,500 books over there at one given time, and I didn't know what a repricer was, so I was doing it all by hand, just going in there, rubbing my freaking thumbs together, burning some nails, and I mean, it would take. I remember sitting there on a Saturday or Sunday, 3-4 hours just repricing books. It was a nightmare. So again, it's a time saver, and at the same time, let that work for you, right? With my repricer, it's 70% buy box, so I have 70% of my items are at the buy box level, and well, I guess I can straight here if I can find the email. I get email alerts every day from them. I can set parameters. But if you look at like how many times the prices change on all the products I have, it's like 7,000 times a day. It's sickening. And I don't have to do that. It does it for me, so I'd recommend for anybody out there that's doing that. So hopefully that answers your question there. Denise, let's move to the next one here from our buddy David. He says, how much of your annual income comes from the fourth quarter? Mike, this fourth quarter, is that where you're making the most of your pie? Is that where you're making the most of your cheddar? What do you got going on?
Actually, for me, because my business model has kind of changed a little bit. Before it was like a lot more wrestling centric. I make most of my money in Q1 before WrestleMania, and around this time where SummerSlam is, where the biggest shows are. But for the last few years, I've been more focused on like Amazon, and now this year with Etsy. I'm hoping to have a huge Q4 this year. Last year, I think it made up. Trying to think. I think it made up about 40% of my revenue for the year last year. So, I mean, I had a really big Q4 last year, and I'm hoping to do more this year. So,
awesome, Scott. What's your thoughts? Is Q4 the big payday for you, or are you just kind of jiving throughout the rest of the year? What's your thoughts on that?
No, yeah, it's like most. Well, like I mean, you can compare what we do to like most retail big box places. Is they make the majority of their money in fourth quarter of the fiscal year, just like we do, just like we're going to do. So I mean, like my last 2 years selling on Amazon in the quarter four, I would say between 35 and 40% of the total sales I'm making a year come during that time. It's that big of a jump, Like I'm pretty much going to in the next the 3 months for quarter four, I'm going to match. Come pretty close to matching what I've sold up to that point and double it, So,
nice.
I mean, don't underestimate, the selling power of Amazon. Don't think that it's not going to happen. I mean, it does. It has happened the last couple of years. It may not be the windfall that it's been the last few years, but it's still money to be made. So, yeah.
I guess we'll find out if all these sellers coming on Amazon is really going to affect our bottom line or not.
Not mine.
They're not going to mess with me. I'm sitting alone with Star Wars people.
And
you guys are sending me your Star Wars stuff.
Even the Star Wars, I'm like, even that, I still think that the market is people are going to want the vintage stuff.
Yeah. Because
it's going to be people like us that grew up on that stuff, and they're going to want their kids to have the stuff that they had. So it's still going to be it's going to be lots of money to be made with Star Wars. We might not be able to sell the new stuff in the stores, but it's still going to be money to be made.
Yeah, there's no doubt about it. Once that movie gets close to releasing, people are going to be going ape stuff. And this ain't going to stop until freaking January, February, March. It's just keep going on. At least for the DVD, but
keep going.
Yeah, right. I mean, so like for me, yeah, I would say it's 40 to 50%. Now, I mean, I've talked to a lot of resellers out there, and I actually know a couple people that they don't sell anything, and their game time is Q4. So they're buying throughout the whole year. Then they send everything to Amazon, and they just work it. And they're pulling in some big bucks, right? They're just doing it in one big full swoop, right? The rest of the time throughout the year, they're just buying and buying and buying and accumulating. Now, me personally, I don't do that. So yeah, some items here and there that are a little bit collectible, or maybe some sealed NES, I kind of hoard and I'll send in. But there's big, huge potential. I mean, you nailed it, Scott, when you said it's just it's the same thing as a retail store. Their biggest sales are Q4 and Q1. So. What I've done is just adapted all these businesses, whether it's eBay, whether it's Etsy, so I can get a paycheck, right, every month. And but the paychecks get bigger, obviously, in December and January. And
definitely.
So yeah, that's if you got either way is fine, in my opinion. You could do it either way. Gradually go and do it, or you can just basically, just save all your inventory if you have that funds available. If you have that. If that $100,000 you're going to make is going to get you by until next October, then you're really hustling, bustling, sending the stuff in. Yeah, you got to remember too, these prices on stuff rise like super fast, super high on a lot of products, whether they're puzzles or like you were saying, Scott, vintage G.I. Joes or Star Wars. I mean, all this stuff just starts to move up. You know, I mean, people selling Mario or Zelda games on N64 Zelda games for $18 shipped. The rest of the year, people are going to be selling for 60, 70, 80 bucks. Same with like NES systems. They're going to be like 150 bucks, 200 bucks. Trust me.
Yes.
So it just depends what business you want, you know. So, all right. Hopefully that answers your question there, David. Appreciate you taking the time to ask us some questions here. We got a bunch of questions here, guys. So, let's see. There was one here from Adam Crawford. Star Wars doesn't come out until mid-December, though. A little close to Christmas now. Well, yeah, it's definitely close to Christmas when it pops, right? The toy line's already out, right? And people are going to be hyping this up. So people are going to be pre-buying this stuff, and then Black Friday's going to push. People are going to be, all these kids are going to start wanting this stuff prior. What do you guys think? Even though the movie comes out like right before Christmas, is there going to be demand before Christmas? I think so.
I think because of the push, because the toy line hits stores in September, right? And then you're still going to have, the cartoon that's coming out. It comes out in the fall. And then you're going to have all of this blitz of media. The Disney machine is going to, keep it in people's mind with the toys. And I'm telling you, I would say you won't be able to find Star Wars stuff in stores in December. If you're the parent that's waiting until after Black Friday to buy your kids Star Wars toys for Christmas, you won't find them. You're going to be on eBay, you're going to be on Amazon, paying a super premium for that stuff. And that's when people are going to make their money, I don't think it's going to be anything. By the time the movie comes out, there's going to be no toys in the store. So. Yeah,
I think there's going to be a shortage. Disney's not stupid, and Amazon isn't either. That's why they've restricted it on the newer stuff, right? Mm-hmm. So some of the stuff that comes out here, that's out now, that's going to be out in early September, this is the only time you're going to be able to find it. So if you have the funds available to buy some of this stuff and kind of sit on it, it might not be a bad investment for you. But Cherry Vintage is in the comments here. Toys sell throughout January, February. They sell all year long. I'll never forget. I heard this one time. Somebody said, "Hey, toys on Amazon only sell in December." I'm like, "Are you out of your mind? I sell toys every month."
Yeah, toys all year.
Toys is my number one seller every month.
Right?
Every month.
Yeah, and then, again, Cherry says here, it's not just the kids, because I saw some people saying, "Hey, I think people aren't going to have this Star Wars on their Christmas list." Yeah, they might not, but they might. But remember, there's grown adult collectors, and they're going to be freaking going, "I need to have that figure. I can't find it at my local Target. Oh, there it is. It's $39.99. I got to buy it." Right? So you're going to have the adult collectors, and then again, hopefully some kids will get a bit more drawn into it. The video game's going to come out. I think that's being released right around pretty soon. So that's going to get. There's just going to be hype.
Yeah,
Star Wars.
The game comes out in November. The video game.
November, right?
Yeah.
That's going to hype it up. McDonald's, McDonald's is going to have some freaking toys. Star Wars toy meal.
And it's not even. It's going to be more than just toys. Just think about when Episode 1 came out and how much it was just merchandise. Think about how all the Star Wars stuff that's going to be on Think Geek. The fleece blankets, the hoodies. It's going to be more. If you're just thinking about the toys, you limiting yourself. Like all that stuff that's gonna be at Walmart, them T-shirts, them hoodies, the hats, the book bags. People are gonna want. It's gonna be all Star Wars, every through the whole spectrum. You know what I'm saying? The PlayStation 4 Special Edition, fucking Darth Vader is coming out. It's gonna be everywhere. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna be Star Wars, everything, everywhere. It's probably gonna be somebody that's gonna make a fucking Darth Vader microbrew that everybody's gonna want.
Watch, I bet you Star Wars blankets, Star Wars pillowcases, Star Wars.
Yeah, it's gonna be. It's just you just thinking about it's limited. Just thinking about the toys. The toys gonna be a big part of it, but it's gonna be a blitz of merchandise.
I bet you, because I know how Disney's merchandising is. There's gonna be like Star Wars bathroom sets. There's gonna be Star Wars kitchen sets.
Yes.
Disney, you can fault Disney for a lot of things, but merchandising is not one of their faults.
Hell,
they are good at making money.
Revlon is coming out with a line of makeup based on the movie. Every couple of weeks, they're gonna come out with a different line of makeup based on the Star Wars movie. So it's tons of stuff that's coming out. So
Yeah, like Disney.
A million ways to make money.
Man, like Lucas was cleaning up very well with how he was marketing, but now that the Disney machine is in charge of everything, holy crap, they are going to be making a lot of money.
Yeah.
Cherry said, "Is this going to be the last?" No, it's not going to be the last one. It's going to be a movie coming out every year. With Star Wars, Disney already had play. They already started shooting the next movie, which comes out next year, called Rogue One. So it's gonna be a movie every year, based on different parts of the Star Wars universe. So.
Yeah, Disney like really was smart by buying up everything, and now they're going to be cleaning up every year because now you're not going to be able to think of Christmas without thinking of Disney and Star Wars.
Yeah, it's going to be a fiasco. I mean, it's just going to be crazy. I know it is, right? And trust me, I'm going to go there first day it opens. I'm going to go run over there and watch this damn movie, right?
Hey, I'm going to be dressed up in my Obi-Wan costume.
Are you?
Obi-Wan? Yeah, dude. I wore Obi-Wan Kenobi costume to go see Episode 1. I stood in line to go see
You guys are weird.
I just wear a T-shirt. I went to Walmart and I got
I don't even wear wrestling shirts to the wrestling shows I go to, and you guys are dressing up going to see a movie. No,
you don't do that. That's like going to a concert. If you're going to see Bob Seger, you don't wear a Bob Seger concert shirt to the show. But if
don't
Star
be
Wars
that
fan,
guy, man. Don't be that guy.
But if it's Star Wars, dude, it's okay to dress up.
It's okay, man. Everybody dresses up.
Yeah. Hey, trust me, if I had the money, I'd be buying the full Batman suit, and then I have a full-blown Darth Vader suit. I'd just be walking around Arizona out here like as Darth Vader. It'd be the freaking shiznit.
Burning up.
Burning up, man. Freaking losing about 20 pounds. So, all right. So, yeah. So get prepared for this, guys. You know, start saving some money, start moving some inventory on eBay. You know, maybe, I mean, honestly, really look at Star Wars as an opportunity. Whether it's, I forget it was Peachtree Picker, he was mentioning birthday parties. Yeah. Kids would have birthday parties, right? 5, 6, 7, 8-year-old kids. Boys, yeah. Right? What do you think their birthday party is going to be? Themed out Star Wars.
I'm going to tell you, that's going to be like the best-selling thing between Walmart, Dollar Tree, and Target is all the supplies and stuff, because they'll come out with different variations of Star Wars. I guarantee they'll have stuff at Dollar Tree like in the next 2 to 3 months.
Mm-hmm. I'm excited for it. I mean, as always, I'm excited to say, is there going to be profit? And there's going to be profit. I mean, you know, there's going to be opportunities. So just look at that for sure. All right. So back on FBA here again. We got another good question from Rick. Before getting to Rick's question here, Tyler is supposed to be jumping in here. He's got some killer finds, but he said that the hockey was running a little late. So he says he's coming in. So awesome. That'd be cool if he jumps in. All right, but we get a question here from Rick with Resellers Roundtable. He says FBA pricing strategy in relation to choosing your price against a few other FBA sellers with different conditions. When competing in new condition against Amazon themselves, buy box strategy, pricing against only merchant fulfilled sellers when you are the only FBA. So he's asking us, strategy wise. Scott, do you want to share any of this? What's your thoughts here? I guess we could break it down against other FBA sellers or versus merchant fulfilled.
Okay, when it's other FBA sellers, I try to be in the middle of the pack as far as sale wise, and I take that in consideration and my profit margin. So if they're on the low end, I'm not competing with them. I'm going to hold my price to where it should be. But if they're below my threshold, no, I'm just going to hold my price. As far as if I'm the only FBA seller compared to merchant fulfilled sellers, I price it sometimes 50% higher than them. I don't even compete with other merchant fulfilled sellers. They're basically competing with me. I try to be on the high end. Maybe I'll be higher than the highest merchant fulfilled person. As far as if Amazon has the buy box, it really depends on the item. I usually, when it comes to competing with Amazon, I like to do more research on the items. Because Amazon has unlimited pockets and I don't. So if Amazon is on something and it sells really good, I will get on it and match Amazon's price so I can share the buy box with them. But if it's something that Amazon never goes out of stock of, or something that's slow selling, I won't buy it, because Amazon will own it, and I don't really want to compete with Amazon on a long tail item like that. But that's just me. Go ahead. Sorry, I was wrong.
Yeah, I mean, for like me, when I see Amazon there, if their price is, let's say, $22 and I paid $1 or $2 for it, and maybe it's only a one-off, I can come in there at $21.50, and I'll still win, right? I mean, it's not the worst thing in the world when Amazon's selling that item, because if there's room for profit, you can still make that profit. And then in the second hand, if there is no profit and you've already bought the item with the intentions of getting it there, and there was profit when you scanned it, and now you're stuck in a scenario where now Amazon's in stock of this item, and there's no profit to be made, right? Let's say you bought it for $7, and actually Amazon's selling for $7.99. So then you got to wait it out. I mean, then it's up to you. Where do you want to be at? You want to be at 20% ROI, 30%? You want to skyrocket it up? Depends how many you have listed over there, how many of that product you have. So I think there's different strategies with all these different things, and this is a great question here by Rick. I think if you can get in the mind of what we think, that'll help all of you guys that are out there. You go, okay, that's what I could do with this scenario. But there's so many different scenarios. Wouldn't you think, Mike? I mean, especially with dollar store items, sometimes they're home runs, they're rock and roll, and then sometimes you get a couple, and it's like, oh man, now I got freaking, Robbie over here trying to, make a quarter.
I mean, that happens to me, more times than you would think. Like, I'll create my own listing because it's like an untapped item or something, and I'll throw it up. I have people coming in trying to race to the bottom with me, and they sell out quick. I hold my price, and then I eventually sell out. I make my money. But, I mean, as far as Amazon being on a listing, like, if it's something that's used, I will definitely take pictures of it and price it a little bit higher depending on the condition. That seems to actually help my stuff sell a little bit better, is if I add pictures with it. As far as the new category, the thing I tend to notice with other FBA sellers, they leave the item description blank, so it just says new. I try and fill it in as best I can with descriptive words, and letting them know if it's new and sealed, if it's new in box, what the scenario is. I don't like buying stuff from people who just have new, because you don't know if there's like a condition issue with the box that it came in, or any of that stuff. And if Amazon's in on the listing and the item's new, either I will match Amazon depending on the way the item's selling, or I'll undercut them by about maybe 10 to 15 cents.
Yeah, I mean, it works. There's back on Rick's question here, the pricing against only merchant fulfilled. I mean, I try to get as high as I can, honestly. I mean, if everybody's merchant fulfilling something for $8, and I'm the only FBA seller there, within reason, obviously. I mean, I'll try to get $24, $25, and believe it or not, it happens all the time, and it depends on what that item is. I mean, I've sold crazy, stupid, like, plastic Tupperware, themed Tupperware, where everybody else is selling it for $4 or $5, merchant fulfilled, and I'm selling it for $25, and I'm the only one doing it. Then, you're on this hot streak, and you're like, yeah, I'm crushing it, and you keep sending more in, and then you get the idiot who comes in at $9.95. One of those merchant people. Hey, I'll send it an FBA.
No, they'll come in $4.95.
Yeah, right.
But I just, I learned how to do my pricing for FBA watching your first video on it, on like how to pack everything up, and then watching and seeing, oh, well, there's nobody with FBA here. Okay, we have someone new, and you just match the new price or whatever. But I mean, I got those tips from you in your first FBA video, and it's worked every time I've sent something in. So, I mean, it's just people come and spoil the party sometimes.
Yeah, there's nothing you can do about it except move on, but understand when it happens to you, what can you do? And I mean, perfect example of this is I've got these Breaking Bad. I don't remember this last year. The Breaking Bad meth figures. I'm sitting on a ton of those.
Oh,
I'm sitting on a boat ton of them right now. And I mean, it got down to, I think I paid $15 or $18 a pop for them from Mezco. And I bought a boat ton. They were selling for like $80, $90, and then all of a sudden now I think that you could buy it for $11. I probably got 70 over at Amazon right now.
Are they still at $11?
Huh?
Are they still at $11?
The last time I checked, I haven't checked in a while because I just said, you know what, the hell with this. I'm just going to let them sit over there. But
With
I just
Better
thought, you know,
Call coming out this year, and then they're gonna have the second part of the season, I think, like later this year or early next year. I think those should sell.
I'm hoping that that lowballing stuff goes away and it comes back up to 80, 70, 80 bucks because then I'll be happy.
Well, I mean, even at 50, you'd make a good profit.
Yeah.
I don't think it's gonna go back to 90 until maybe like 5 years from now when nobody can get hold of those Breaking Bad figures.
Hey, and I might just wait on that, dude. I've got a lot of those. But I'm not giving away. I'm not going to go in my pocket. Why should I? All right, so next question here, because we got a bunch, and I appreciate all you guys watching here for sure. If you guys do like what you're hearing from us, if you guys do like this weekly type of show, show some support and just hit the like button. It means a lot to us. And thumb it up for us, and it tells us, hey, let's keep moving forward here. And again, you know, we're going to get through these questions. We've got some other stuff going on. Hopefully Tyler joins us here. I don't know what's going on with him, but we got to show some items. We got, we're going to be here for a while. You guys good with that, Scott, Mike?
Yeah.
Okay.
Good.
All right. So let's move on. Next question here. I'm going to throw out this question here, and then I have to just take this phone call real quick because actually I'll tell you the reason why. I should probably do it live. That'd be kind of cool. But this guy out here, he's on Facebook group. He posted he's got a Nintendo DS. He's got a Game Boy Advance, an NES, and he's probably got 60 or 70 Game Boy, N64 Pokemons, right? He's got all the different little color ones for the Game Boy Advance. He wants $45 for them all, everything. And I've been blowing him up on Facebook. I'm like, oh, come on, I'll meet you right now. And even people in the Facebook group are like, yeah, dude, I'll freaking pay you this, pay you that. He got back to me. I was supposed to meet up with him at 4 o'clock. He blew me off, and now he's texting me, and I'm like, just call me. So, anyway, all right, so let's get to this question here. I'm just going to call this guy to make sure because, you know, time is money, and I want some video games, some Pokemon. All right, it's from Linda. She says, FBA worries me a bit because I've had some of my past purchases damaged or the wrong items sent by Amazon fulfillment, and I haven't got my money back. But it was the Amazon shipping that made the error, not the seller. Has this ever been a problem with you, and have you been compensated for Amazon's mistake, or do you have to take the loss if Amazon damages it or mix it up your merchandise sent to your customers? Are the sellers protected in any way if Amazon is at fault? I'm going to throw it to you, Scott, and you guys can talk it out, and I'll be right back.
Okay.
Does it make sense?
Yeah, it makes sense. I just listened to the whole thing. So
Okay, I'll be right back.
All right. Well, if Amazon makes a mistake, you know, they will own up to it. If you have damaged inventory, if it's damaged in the warehouse, it was damaged by the carrier, and in some cases customer damage. If they don't automatically reimburse you, you need to open a case. You know, I've had issues where I've had customer damage items that were returned or carrier damage where I had to get it back and open a case if they don't automatically do the reimbursement. Because they have a paper trail of all the stuff, you know, if they have the disposition of what happens, they let you know why it's unsellable. So even in loss, I had something lost today and I was reimbursed for it, you know. And they give you what they call as fair market value for your item. So, I mean, if you got it priced crazy high, I mean, you're maybe not going to get that for it. But they will give you what they call fair market value. And I think that's the average prices of the item.
Sometimes it's fair market.
Yeah, so yeah, like I asked what it was, and the one of the seller support people told me is they take an average of 4 sellers, and that's what they consider the 4 lowest sellers average. And that's the fair market value price.
And it screwed me because I'm selling this stuff at FBA. I lost one of my Hot Wheels, and I got paid less than what I actually paid for it at the store.
Yes, yeah. So I mean, sometimes fair market value is bad, especially if you got some race to the bottom sellers on the item.
Yeah.
but
then, you know, on the flip side, remember the 3 things they lost in that one package that one time. They lost the other 2 in the other package I sent. So I got like on $5 worth of investment, I got back like $60. So
so sometimes it works in your favor. Like I've had whole boxes lost, and they compensate you for it, and it's pretty decent, especially if it's like a bunch of something crazy like CDs that you expect to get a bunch of money on, but you get a $500 reimbursement for your stuff. But yeah, if you have items that have been lost or damaged and Amazon hasn't done anything about it, then you need to contact seller support. You need to talk to one of the FBA specialists, not just the first line seller support people. Make sure they connect you with the FBA specialists and you talk to them about it, because they will expedite anything wrong with it. I mean, I like the frontline seller support people. Don't get me wrong; they can't take care of a lot of stuff, but I prefer to talk to an FBA specialist because they tend to take care of things a little faster than the frontline sellers first people we talk to. So.
And I mean, I had an issue just like last week where I finally sold one of these items that I just I was the first person to have them in stock in a very long time, and they sent the wrong, because there's like 6 different variations, they sent the wrong one out to the customer. The customer was not happy.
Yeah.
I didn't get penalized for it because Amazon made the mistake. So.
And another thing, if they lose your items, don't spend the money right away, because if they find it, they're gonna take the money right out of here. Yeah. Make sure it's lost and gone, because if they somehow stumble upon it, they take their money right back like that. It's just
or
come back out.
Also, if you get a return and it's not how you sent it to them, make sure to take pictures and open a case, because they will credit you if it is not the same as you listed it as.
Only if the customer does not list the disposition as being defective will they, because that's something they've been doing lately. I've been screwed by that. I know Mike has been screwed by that. But if the customer lists the disposition as being defective, seller support just throw their hands in there. They won't do anything about it. They will not reimburse you. They will tell you that they're sorry. They will say, please.
It's like, look at me, man. I can't do nothing for you, man.
I can't do nothing for you, man. It's like they said the customer said it's defective, and you be like it's not, and they be like, we can't do nothing for you. So in that situation, you are not screwed, because hey, you can always get it from the tax man. So
yeah, you can write it off for sure. Yeah, I mean, Amazon destroyed. God, it was last Tuesday, I think it was. I was actually kind of stoked. I got a message and it said reimbursement, and something must have happened. Maybe one of those little robots hit freaking one of my racks of my products over there, and everything got destroyed. There was like 42 things. It was like $680. I'm like, hey, that's how you sell on Amazon. That's making money. Just keep busting my shit.
I see what Marco said. He's won cases like that. You may have, but I've noticed that, and I even talked to the FBA specialist, and they said they are not reimbursing. If the customer says defective, then it's defective. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. That's their policy. That's what I've been talked to. I've had that happen a few times now, where if it's something returned and I get it back and it's like beyond whatever they said it was.
Is it like the whole eBay item not as described thing now?
I think that's what they're going toward. And I talked to the FBA specialist, and the last lady I talked to, it was a receiver I sold, and I got back I didn't even get back the same model. It was a completely different item. And I told her that, and she was just like, look, they said it was defective. I apologize. We see that you're a decent seller, blah, blah, blah. But if a customer says defective, our policy is we cannot reimburse you. So, I don't know. Maybe you got somebody that says something different, but that's 2 times now that's happened to me.
Yeah, I mean, I see what Marco's saying over here. I mean, he's saying he's been persistent about it. I'm just kind of like, hey, whatever. I'm just freaking rolling with this, man. And if I don't win, I mean, maybe I should. It's a time thing, but.
Yeah, I haven't won.
I just want to be a winner. I just want to, Mom, I want to put some money in the slot machine and have it pay me. All right. So here's a good question here. Hopefully we got that answered for everybody there. From Jose, and this is a great question. Talk about the stock market crashing and how it'll affect reselling. This is a great question. Somebody in Resellers Roundtable earlier, I think it was maybe Friday or Saturday, they said, what was your thoughts? I wasn't selling back in 2008 when the recession happened, and I didn't see a dip in my business, honestly. I've seen a dip from now until 2015 because there's a lot more resellers, and there's idiots like us talking about it freely. Hey, this is what you got to go buy a plush. You can buy a Lego over here. Do this, do that, right? We're just telling you out. Give it away. And so there's more competition, and there's more people out there, and everybody's got different price points. But yeah, I mean, if the economy just freaking happens to go right, people are still going to be shopping, guys. The rich, the higher end, wealthy people, they're still going to be shopping, and it's hard to really tell what's really going to happen. I think that's where your local game is when you kick it up a notch and you start, providing things that people need, whether it's air conditioners, fans, lawnmowers. I mean, shit, even loaves of bread. Maybe you got to freaking plant some tomato trees in the back, man, and yeah, there's a lot of there's a lot of people out there they're prepping for something like that to happen. Obviously, I am to some extent because this is my livelihood, and if something was to go south, well, then I got some silver I can mess with, and I mean, I don't know anything else but freaking reselling. So yeah, you gotta hustle. What's your thoughts with that, Scott?
I think that one thing that if you pay attention to the news today, the people that sit around and just watch Keeping Up with the Kardashians and don't know what's going on around the world, they can tell now how much our economy is connected with China and Europe. It's all intertwined, and if China economy stumbles, our economy is going to take a big hit, and the same thing happens in Europe. So we all in one big global economy now. I'm just playing a financial advisor on TV right now. But it's true. It's like, people talk about, F China, F this. You don't want to say that because if their economy goes down, our economy is going to go right with it. And that's exactly, you saw the fallout from there, what happened in their stock market, in our stock market. As far as with reselling goes, I think that it's what you said in '08. When the recession first hit, you didn't see a difference. But what happens is you had a boatload of people that came into. I came into reselling because of the recession, because I lost my job as a result of the fallout. So you see a lot of people that now you're seeing the trickle effect from that, and that's what happens. People that they lose their job, they're looking for different ways to make money. They go back to school. They're trying to figure out a way to make money. And I think if we do go into another recession, you're going to see that. You're going to see it might not be nothing at first, but you'll see more and more people looking for alternative ways to make money, and this is one of them.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's the best way, to make money. Honestly, that's out there, that's legit. I mean, I guess some people could say writing Kindle books and selling books on how to cure cancer and how to brush your teeth. I don't know if that's going to make it through the economy, man. But I think at the end of the day, just keep doing what you're doing, stockpile money, keep getting educated, keep learning about different things, start looking at your local game. I got a video coming out hopefully this week, maybe next week, about something I'm working here locally that I think is interesting, and I kind of want to document it to see if it's to maybe inspire other people out there that the local game, there's good money to be made, right? It's just not always eBay, Amazon, Etsy. there's good opportunities for sure. I mean, I saw a lot of Keurig K-Cup coffee makers out here, a ton. I would never put them online. I could sell them in an hour out here, and amongst other things. But I think, overall, with this Dow Jones thing and the scare, it dropped 1,000 points. Yeah, okay. Overall, from what I've noticed when these days happen, when the stock market kind of, tumbles a little bit, I experience slow sales. I'll be honest, I do. I've always have. When the Dow does bad, the sales kind of dry up for that day. And then, when the rebound comes, it seems like there's more sales. But, overall, I mean, Cherry Vintage nailed it. When there's opportunity, same thing. Like if everything started tumbling down now and homes were $20K, you start buying the homes, man. People, if you watch somebody like Grant Cardone, he's always talking about going in and renting properties, buying up properties. That's what people are going to be needing in the future because we're stuck in this kind of world. I know we're trying to talk, we jumped guns here, but really quick, we jumped the gun of we live in this world now where it's all corporate. It's all got to go to Target, got to go to Walmart and buy the crap. Got to keep buying the crap. I bought this freaking thing. I can't show it to you, but it's like a little shelf thing. I bought it. I was like, oh, okay, this is $40. I kind of need some little shelf thing here to hold this TV so I can test my games. And I get it, and it's from China, and I knew this. I open it up. I mean, I can't even put it together. You know, they didn't even thread the stuff right. So it's like, come on, man. Makes you want to go back to Walmart and strangle somebody or beat them over the head with a freaking shelf. But, you know, that's the thing. It's like, you know, I think that's when quality becomes quality, because I think what we're experiencing right now for the past probably 10 years is there's no quality made anymore. It's all garbage.
Nothing's made here anymore. That's the big problem.
Yeah. It's all garbage.
Because they're making it for 10 cents an hour in a factory overseas and bringing it here, and it doesn't last like real like quality shit would last like back in the day. I mean, I have a dresser set from when I was a baby from like the 80s that's still perfect. You know, you can't get that new stuff from like IKEA that'll last for like 10, 15, 20, 30 years.
Yeah.
You know, because it's all about going out and replacing it.
Well, let's be honest too. The shit made in America now is crap too. I mean, everything is about the bottom line. It's not just because it was made in the U.S. It's just like good, but yeah, 25, 30 years ago, good stuff. Now it's just about how much they can squeeze out of into the bottom line. So,
I mean,
that's why I love vintage.
Yeah, me too. I mean, that's really why I love vintage, because it's quality. You know, I mean, even look at the vintage stereos. Those things, they'll run another 50, 60 years. Now you go buy a DVD player, 6 months later, disc error. Or you buy a printer, sorry, error code 497, you call the manufacturer. You know, what is this? Oh, that's the life expectancy. I've only had it for 4 months. Sorry, sir. We would be more than happy to give you 10% off of your next Lexmark purchase.
I mean, same thing with the newer printers, the newer TVs, anything newer technology, the newer cell phones. All this stuff is garbage. You can give me a brick cell phone from like 1999 that will still work today.
Yeah.
And there's stuff from last year that's already dead.
Yeah, I think it's the craftsmanship. It's just, you know, how things are presented. It's so quality. Rather than, again, people are going to argue with me and say, Mike, you know what, you're missing the boat with all of you and your knucklehead reseller friends, but Alibaba to Amazon FBA is bank, yo. I'm selling these bacon flippers, man, that I paid like 4 cents for, and I'm proud because I got a whole factory over in China that gets paid $1 a day.
Did you say bacon flippers?
Bacon flippers. I don't know what it is. Some kind of gadget. So you can turn your bacon, right? It's not like a freaking, you know, it's just a bacon flipper, some kind of freaking thing. That's not going to solve your problem. Bacon flippers are not going to solve the problem, right? I mean, get creative, right? Go rehab furniture. That's, you know, that's craftsmanship there. Repaint it, make it look cool. I sell these stools, guys. I go into thrift stores. If I see a stool for $5, I buy it every time. And then I go to, we've got 3 center colors here. I got like a shocking orange, a shocking green, a shocking blue. We just paint it really quick and throw it up there on Craigslist for local Facebook for $25. Boom. You know, gotta get creative. Anyway, we were kind of off topic there. That was fun to talk about. Hopefully that answers your question, Jose, about the economy. God, we got a lot more here. Good God, this show's gonna be epic here.
Epic.
All right, so David Rice, his next question here from him. Are any of you aware of any user groups hosted by Amazon, eBay, Etsy, where they actually listen to their suppliers and use this input to shape their policies? I get they need the buyers and cater to keeping them happy, but if they didn't have the resellers, they wouldn't exist. Maybe Amazon, but not the powerhouse they are today. Really, we are their best customers. They make more in fees from us than they do from buyers and even the prime owners. Yeah, and we're supplying them with a catalog. If you think about it, you know, we're us resellers to Amazon. You know, Amazon needs us. For those that say, "Oh, Amazon doesn't need you guys. You guys are going to be cut off soon, and it's only going to be private label products." No way, no way. Resellers that built that product catalog on Amazon. That's what Amazon wants. Amazon wants total domination, right? There's going to be Amazon little kiosks. Do you think the freaking Netflixes are bad right now? We walk in, you're going to go to a gas station, and there's going to be a freaking Amazon box that FedEx goes to every morning, 3 times a day.
But I mean, there's another end of the spectrum too, because if you look at like these thrift stores, we are what keeps them afloat as well. And now, you know, I read a story in the LA Times this weekend. Goodwill just opened like a higher end boutique in like Huntington Beach, and you know, it's freaking ridiculous.
Yeah. I mean, I think back to the question at hand here from Dave. He says, will these people listen to us? I guess it's worth a shot, right? I mean, I can tell you from my experience with eBay, when I left there, I mean, I still sell on eBay, not under my name, under these wholesale accounts and stuff like that, but I reached out. I tried emails, calling them. I had people try to call me back. They didn't care about me. I'm just a freaking digit, man.
I'm like a
prison bit.
all eBay cares about is their Fortune 500 companies that have terrible feedback, terrible DSRs, terrible shipping time, but they want to cater to them because, oh, look at all the fees they're bringing in. Look at the company name we can advertise in our shops.
Look at if you guys just do me this favor, and I was on one of these eBay things on Periscope, and I was listening to somebody, and I was just asking them, I'm like, dude, why is Toys R Us allowed to sell on eBay? Oh, because it's Toys R Us. Yeah, no, they're good. Go look at their feedback, man. Their DSR rating's got to be just,
same thing with Macy's, dude.
Yeah, dude, it's awful.
Macy's is the absolute shits on there.
And I think, overall, with all this, though, send the emails, see if they're willing to work with you, see if they're willing to care about you. But I think a company more like Etsy would probably listen to you a lot better than somebody like eBay or Amazon, honestly speaking. But that, again, then that goes to a point where just go out there and create something and create your own e-commerce site. That way you're in control. What are you going to do, yell at yourself? I'm not liking the policies here. Well, damn it, we created this shit.
Well, no, I mean, the thing with eBay is you get the lower-level totem pole dwellers who are the ones responding to you. You don't get anybody in control, anybody who makes policy. They just send one of their, little helper people to contact you. And as you've seen in the video I posted exclusively in Pick for Profit, it'll be okay. Yeah. It'll be okay.
Yeah, that was craziness.
No, it's just stupidity. I think Amazon would probably be more willing, along with Etsy, to listen to the sellers because Amazon knows that it's the sellers that's making Amazon. So.
Yeah, it was a real quick question. Yeah, I think, honestly, with that, who asked that question? David. I wish they would listen to us, honestly. I mean, hey, man, this is a pretty good platform here on YouTube. I would love to interview some of these high executives, right? I mean, obviously, to have Jeff Bezos here would be freaking sweet, but I mean, it would be nice to get. See, these people don't want to be on a show like this because we're real, right? We'd ask questions and we went swear or drink a beer or something. But
I would love to interview Griff.
Yeah, let's do it. If you guys go to Periscope and then start going on there and say we want Global Voodoo to interview Griff and see if he does it. Let's petition.
Well, I keep tweeting him.
Yeah, he's happy selling his one Tommy Bahama every 5 days, and life's good.
I would like to have John Donahoe on here and, talk to him because, now that doofus is in charge of PayPal after he already ruined eBay for everybody. So I want to see what's going on with him.
And we have a surprise here. We've got Mr. Hawkey. We got Tyler in the house. What's up, dude?
What's up,
Tyler? Break this a little bit here. What's new? What's exciting? Talk to us real quick, Tyler. Tell us what your week's been like, and then maybe tell us about an item you sold recently.
Okay. Week's been going really well. I've been picking up all kinds of great stuff all over the board for all the different sites that I list on and everything. Let's see, a recent sale that was a good one. Let me think. Oh, those armbands that I showed, was it like a week or so ago? Those monitor armbands. Sent those in and sold out of them a lot quicker than I thought for $130 a piece, and paid $20 each on those. So that was it was just amazing because there was 3 or 4 FBA sellers ahead of me, but by the time it got checked in, I must have had the buy box or something because they sold out. I had 2 or 3 of them, and they sold out right away. So yeah, that was a pretty great turnaround. That was just within the last week.
Awesome.
That's awesome. All right, Tyler, dude, I gotta expose this. Okay, first grab an item. I want to see what you're gonna show us.
I got.
Okay.
Is this what you want me to show? One of these?
Okay, let me tell the story real quick. So Tyler calls me yesterday, and I'm talking to him for a little bit, and he's telling me about these amazing things he got, and I'm like, whoa, man, this is why treasure trek needs to happen, right? Treasure trek a little bit, but I'm talking to him, and he's just going on, and I'm like, dude, you killed it. And Next thing you know, I'm like, hey, Tyler, I got to go. I'll call you back. I'm in the freaking store, and I'm going to show you my item when we're done here. What I had to do, and I had to hang up the phone on Tyler because I'm like, But, Tyler, all right, what do you got there, man?
Okay, so I don't have the other items that I talked to you about on the phone. I can show those later. But I went to a new store that was just kind of like off the beaten path. It was called Bargain Barn or something like that. And I walked in, and I wasn't sure what to expect. So it was kind of like a thrift store, and then they had like new tag stuff and everything. But I picked up some copies of this Pac-Man game, and they're computer games, and they had them for $5 a piece with 20% off. Scanned it. Cheapest FBA is $80 with the sub 100,000 rank. And if you look over here, you can see the pile of them I got to send in. I got 28 of the pack. And then I got this another game they had there too. This is a Rayman one, and these were brand new in box as well. These were $3 or 20% off. But then when I was talking to the lady at checkout, she said, I asked her how she got all these games, and she said they had a buyout, and they have this whole trailer full of boxes of games and stuff. And I don't know if it's all computer games or there's other video games or what, but she said, yeah, we just started going through the boxes, and we just brought out the few that you saw. And she said, yeah, we got a whole trailer full of boxes. We don't even know what's in them. So I gave them my number. I took their card. They said if you don't hear back from us by Tuesday night, Wednesday morning, somewhere in there, give us a call back, and we'll talk about you going through the trailer and seeing what you can do in a bulk buy. So hopefully that happens this week. So fingers crossed on that one.
Yeah, I think it's pretty good. I mean, I would invest in that. I'd buy that. Some people in the chat are saying, hey, that's going to take a lifetime to sell. I've sold some crazy PC games that are just outdated, even with ranks like that. I want to make a T-shirt. It says, I am not afraid of sales rank. Who would buy it? Come on. I give it to you as my cost.
It's ranked only 95,000.
That's
really
video games, right?
Bad. It was a lot lower than I thought it would be for a Pac-Man PC game, and I checked Camel, and the most it's ever sold for was 100, and the least it ever sold for was like 35. So,
I'm willing to bet this. Let's do this.
Okay.
You will sell if you send all those games in the next week or two to Amazon. I guarantee you will sell every one of them before Christmas.
Yep.
That's the plan.
How many do you have there? 20 something?
28 of the Pac-Mans and 7 of the Rayman.
All right. So when we hit episode 29 or episode 30 of this show, we'll see if you sold them all. Yeah, awesome. That's awesome, Tyler.
We'll be out tomorrow morning, so.
And hopefully Tyler could talk about a little later the other stuff he found, but maybe he doesn't want to. So, all right.
I don't have them here to show you, so it's
okay.
They're in my storage area, and I'm in the office, so.
All right, cool. All right, we got to speed through these comments here because oh my God, we're going to be on for another freaking 9 hours. All right, another question here. Joanne says, what are your thoughts on Amazon sending you notifications that you may have a pricing error? I thought it was a bit odd since I priced an item correctly in accordance to my competition. Now it's sold today. Laugh out loud. What's your thoughts, Mike Nagel? You ever get those messages? Hey, you got a pricing error?
Yeah, like it was crazy. One of the first things I sent into FBA was one of these Reebok resistance bands that the people work out with and stuff, and I bought it pretty much like new at the Goodwill, and I sent it in. I priced it high because nobody else had them, and then lo and behold, all these people raced to the bottom, have them brand new for under $15. So I had them send it back to me today, and I'm just gonna throw it up on eBay. But yeah, I mean sometimes they delay like my stuff getting listed because they think I made a pricing error, and it's really annoying to have to go back and forth with them because a case was opened because they think I mispriced something. But I mean, it happens. It doesn't happen that often, but it is kind of annoying when it does happen. But I always make sure to try and fix the situation before it becomes stranded.
Yeah, I get it sometimes with my repricer. Like, I mean, I've got some books, man, that are they're worthless. Honestly, they're penny books. So some of my listings I'm just trying to get rid of the books. I don't want them in my inventory anymore. So I'll sell them below cost, and I'll lose a nickel, right? And usually that's what sets off the alert, right? Ooh, you're selling this too cheap. You're selling this for, why are you selling this? And I got to go in there and I got to change my repricer to, But Scott, do you ever get those messages, man?
Yeah, I get them sometimes. Like sometimes I'm trying to price stuff higher to save it. You know, like some stuff I buy, I'm pricing them at Q4 prices, and they hit stranded because of the pricing error, which sucks because you can't really do that anymore. But it's a direct cause of like that whole thing that happened when I think that was in UK Amazon when the pricing errors happened. People was getting stuff cheap. But I mean, it's an annoyance because you can't really price stuff high and sit on it anymore like that. Well, you could have just go stranded. But you know, it's just an annoyance right now. It's not really a big deal.
Yeah, that's the way I look at it. It's just an annoyance. It's like the Asin change thing. I mean, obviously, definitely look at those emails and see what changed. But there's some snaky people on Amazon. Some of these sellers, they're out to slit throats. Right? They'll change the quantity on your bundle or your multi-listing, and they'll try to mess with you. Tyler, what's your thoughts on all that, man? You ever get those messages and you just delete them?
I had a guy. Well, I was telling you about that on the phone yesterday, Mike. About that, there was another seller was telling me that my item was like against like trademark infringement or something like that, and I'm like, what's going on? So I called Amazon, told them what was going on, and they're like, yeah, we're the only ones that can tell you that you're have trademark infringement. And it was an item that I've been selling a bunch of since like March. I sent some in and everything. I've been selling, a few here and there. And I looked, and the person was like another seller, and they were like 4 people down the list of me. And then they ended up buying that seller, bought 2 of them from me, and then also made a complaint. So I told Amazon about that, and they're monitoring their account, and they got mine is fine and everything. So they're keeping an eye on these guys. And I think the one person said that there was other people were filing cases against them too. So that they were like badgering the people that were selling stuff to get them to take their listings off, so then they would be the only person selling it FBA. So just some crooked people out there.
There really is. I mean, people are, like I said, they're cutthroat, and they will do it at any cost to try to really boost you off, especially if you're messing with their inventory. Hey, I created a listing, and you can't mess with it because I created it, and I'm going to spoil it for everybody. You see that sometimes. You ever see that? You guys ever see that? I mean, especially with dollar store items, right? Somebody will just go in there and change the picture, change a bullet point, and now you're trying to list it, and you're like, come on, man. And Amazon doesn't police that. That's my biggest beef with Amazon is that they allow sellers to do that, and I think that's a bunch of garbage. I think once the listing's created, okay, maybe you contact Amazon to have them update things, maybe on a need by need basis, but the rest of the time it's just these sellers can get away with murder, right? I mean, freaking shanking you in the freaking courtyard, right?
I mean, here's the thing. I've created a ton of listings for those dollar store items and stuff, and people have hopped on and tried to do the race to the bottom thing. And yeah, it pisses me off, but I'm not going to be like deceitful and just change the listing outright and do all this crooked shit. I'll let them sell out, and then I'll sell all my stuff out, and that's how it usually works. 'Cause I buy a huge inventory of stuff, and they don't. They have like 3 offs or 4 offs, and I have like 20. So
cool. All right, so let's do some rapid fire on the questions here because there's 4 or 5 more. We need to get going here. Tony says, is FBA label and prep service really as easy as it seems? Load into inventory, print, packing slip, and send off. No other packaging or labeling on our behalf. What you guys' thoughts? Who wants to chime in on that? It's pretty self-forward, I think.
I think if you are sending in, like cases or so, if you send in a bunch of the same items, I mean, why not? It saves a lot of time, like especially if you consider like your time is a commodity. If it's a bunch of like 100 of the same widgets, I mean, why not have Amazon do it? I mean, are you spending time labeling 100 different items, or just throwing a box sitting off to Amazon and they do it? I mean, to me, I mean, if I was doing volume of 1 to 2 different things, same things, I would do it. Why not? But I don't do that yet. So,
Mike, what do you think about that?
It's actually like therapeutic for me to be able to label all my own stuff and do everything because it takes away from like the chaos that is eBay or having to take pictures for new listings and stuff. I just get to sit here in my chair, go through everything, separate it, and label it, and it's ready to go. I mean, I like it. It's the most fun part of FBA for me.
Sorry,
Plus, I like saving that money every time because they charge what, like 30 cents to label each thing.
20.
Yeah, 20 cents.
I mean, whatever. So like you have 5 items, that's $1.
It adds up quick. Sorry, my cat's talking over here. You got something to say to me? What are you babbling about?
Because I'm sending in like between 150 to 400 SKUs every time I'm doing an FBA order, so that would cost me a lot of money.
Yeah, speaking of that, I mean, it's just there's another question that kind of ties into what that original one was there. And we kind of talked about it roughly, but I think we can answer it really quick. It's from Mary. She says, how do you deal with the Asin change notifications from Amazon? I know you talked about creating new listings on Amazon. Need a refresher. Not finding any video tutorials on Amazon about that. Any suggestions? Welcome. Yeah, I mean, first off, there's a lot of information that's online. Just again, when you're getting those notifications, just go in there and check to see what has changed, right?
Yeah.
If you're selling Hershey bars, the next thing you know, the bullet points were changed to, hey, this is 6 rolls of toilet paper. It's sensitive. People are going to trust me. There's listings that are just complete garbage like that, where it used to be a Hershey bar, now it's toilet paper. And it's designed because the seller says, oh, I got screwed, so everybody's got to freaking eat it. But just check them. Make it a point to check them when you get them. The emails, go in there to see what's going on, take a look, and go from there. If you find that something's fishy, contact Amazon. Everybody needs to start contacting Amazon with these changes because they have told me they're working on it and they understand that there's scenarios and this is that. But I think the more people keep bitching and complaining about it, the more they'll actually do something about it. And
yeah, I mean, like we talked about earlier, Amazon will listen to you if you call them. Yeah. It's not like eBay, and because I mean, that's the cool thing about Amazon. I mean, you're in a catalog with other people. On eBay, it's pretty much you fend for yourself. So, Amazon takes it very seriously, and they will definitely open a case and look into it, and they'll get back to you. But that's just what you have to do. But you have to be proactive. Not everything is going to be handed to you.
Hashtag not handed to you. Why do I have an echo? Echo? For Echo? Echo? We've been adopted by aliens, Anthony! Anyway, all right. I watched some crazy movie the other night. Don't ever get that documentary Area 51. It was awful. I don't know why you wanted. I watched it. It's like Blair Witch.
You live near there, don't you?
It's like 6 hours away. I mean, I'd like to go in there and break in and see what the hell is really happening. But we got bigger and better things here, right, Tyler? We got to talk about reselling. All right, so here we go. We got 3 more, and then we got to get to what we got to do here. Brandy says, do you use promoted listings on Etsy and the new program on eBay as well? Me, personally, I have not used the eBay new programming of new advertising, whatever they're doing, so I don't know. We'll ask these guys here in a second, but I have used it for Etsy, and I'd only recommend you using it for Etsy if you have a product that you have multiple quantity of, right? And if you're just trying to sell a snapback cat or a photograph, no. It's just not. Trust me, it will not work with that stuff, right? And obviously somebody's going to come out with a video next week. Yeah, this is how you do promoted listings on Etsy. Crushing it. Great. I sell a lot of things on Etsy, and you're not going to be able to sell some of the used vintage stuff by promoting it. Just my 2 cents. Tyler, have you used Etsy promotion or eBay? And
No.
has it made a difference?
I'm in the same boat you are. I haven't used it at all.
Okay. Scott, what's your thoughts on paying eBay even more money to show your shit?
Yeah, I'm not doing that.
I love when you get the emails. It's like, Scott, just give us a little more cheddar, man, and we promise to show your items to another 4 people.
We promise. No, thank you. But no, I haven't used it. I don't plan on using it either.
Yeah. What do you think, Mike?
I think eBay is full of shit. I'm paying all this money for a fucking premium store, right? please tell me why my final value fees are less than what my store cost was this last month. Because nothing's selling on eBay with a promoted store, right? So I'm not going to pay them even more money to drive traffic to my store. I'll do it myself on social media. I'll get the views. Etsy's a different story. I feel like the value you get for Etsy because of what they give you, you get the free store, you get the 4-month listings and everything. I use their promoted listings. I'm not doing $5 a day. I'm doing like $1 a day. But the thing I like about it is it's driving traffic to my store. I may not sell a certain item, but I am getting a shitload of views, man. And at the end of the day, that's more important to me than just selling a one-off item for like $5 or $30. I'm getting people who come in and they're spending time in my store. And for like $20 a month, I'll pay for that because it's cheaper than having to do it on eBay.
Well, that's a good point you brought up there because I was using the Etsy advertising, the promoted listings, and I actually forgot about it for like 2 months. And I kept figuring out why. I'm like, why is my Etsy bill so high? And then I realized, I'm like, oh, I never turned that off. But yeah, it was driving traffic. It just wasn't converting sales for what I wanted. Who knows? Maybe it did convert, over time. Because Etsy, you get these people that come in there and they favor that item. And it's like, right. Oh, cool. Are you someone who is looking to buy this in the future, or are you just kind of like a Pinterest? You're going around, favorite. Look at my collection. It's all red and blue. Yay! Because you get people like that. It's like, do you have any money, man? Do you want to hook me up? Do you want to buy that $1,000 shirt from me or what? I mean, I've got some concert shirts that got like 300-400 freaking favorites, and it's like, can somebody just buy this son of a gun, please? I mean, I'm tired of looking at this, and. It's window shopping to some people. Oh, favorite, they like it. But I think overall with that promotion thing, I think it's going to be effective for people selling something niche-y, something that is handmade, something that's creative, something with multiple quantity. I think that's where it would be huge. But
I mean, the thing is, I don't have that many items in my Etsy store. I think I have like between 60 and 70. But I don't have everything promoted. I have the cool stuff promoted, absolutely. The stuff where it's not going to cost me an arm and a leg for a click, but I do certain stuff and it seems to be working. And I converted a couple sales from it, so I can't really complain about how Etsy does it. Even when I do searches on there, my stuff is at the top in the promoted listings, those top 3 that pop up. So I can't really complain about it. They're actually, for what I'm paying them, they're actually doing what they're supposed to, unlike eBay. So. I have nothing but good stuff to say about Etsy. I love Etsy and I love the platform, and that's probably where the clothing that I sell is gonna be converting to in the future, because by the end of next year I want to really limit my eBay, and I'm gonna try and whittle down through everything and just use it for a place where I may need to run an auction once in a while. I'm not going to close my store. Well, I'm going to close my store, but I'm going to keep my eBay account open, so in case I do need to run an auction or something, it's there. But yeah, as far as I'm concerned, the future is Amazon, local game, and Etsy has actually picked up a hell of a lot for me in the last month. So if it keeps going the way it's been going, nothing but good things for Etsy.
Yeah, I'm an Etsy boy, Etsy fanboy, and I think that there's opportunity there. This is my 6th weekend this year where I've sold more on Etsy than I did in eBay. So, I'm a believer in Etsy. I'm going to keep listing stuff over there, and I'm not giving up on eBay either. All right, let's fire away these questions here. We got a couple more here. Matthew says, how do you guys store and manage your items to find quickly when you sell it? I'm going to pass it to you guys, let you guys handle this here, and I'll come back in a second and answer that way. But let's get to Tyler. Tyler, how do you store and manage your stuff when it sells? I mean, do you just have the stuff piled in some corner over there, and it's like, oh, shit, it's sold. Now I got to dig and spend 3 hours looking for that freaking NXS shirt. Can you talk a little bit about, Tyler, and then Scott and Mike, about your system, how you've got it managed, right? Do you know where your stuff's at? Is it organized? Because people are always into that. Organization is definitely key. So.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think personally I could be a little more organized than I actually am, because what I did was I broke up my, for example, my clothing inventory. I broke that up into different categories, like I have like black T-shirts, and then I have like the other T-shirts I have like organized by color. Then I have like my sports crew necks are on like one rack, and then my jerseys are on another, long sleeve, short sleeve. And the way that they're organized on the actual rack is from like oldest to newest. And then so I mean, for as much time as I spend going through my inventory and checking on things, and because it's in my workspace and I walk by it every day, I kind of have an idea where everything's at. And I think there was one time that I didn't find the item, and I had to contact the seller or the buyer, and what happened was it like fell off the hanger and then like fell behind the rack and like was stuck back there, and I didn't know that it was back there. And this was a while back. This is about when I first got started, and yeah, that was the only problem I had, and so I broke everything else up from there. And then as far as some of my other like new categories, like for my shoes and stuff like that, I have racks, and they're all divided by style and then by size and everything. So that's kind of how I do it. I know there's a lot of other people out there that do it different ways than the way I do it, but that's the way that works for me. And you know, it usually takes me less than a minute to find something, so not too bad.
Cool.
You guys, so
What do you do?
Well, with me, when I had a large amount of clothing, the way I did it is I used to put a little code in the listing, and the code would tell me what bin. Because what I did is after I took the pictures, I packaged up the item and put it in the corresponding bin. So I would put a code in the bin to let me know which bin it was in. I was able to find it very quickly, and it worked for me for a long time. And I mean, I was up to having almost 1,000 items in the store of clothing. I was able to find no more than 5 minutes, you know, searching, you know, because it'd be in a bin. I still have to look for it. But I just had to like it in the corresponding bin like that. As now I have less than 40 items in my eBay store, so everything is in one bin. It's all in one bin, packaged. I find it, boom, boom, boom. As far as the way I organize my Amazon stuff is, as soon as it gets in, it goes. It's just organized on like a table or my shelf, and it sits there until I process it. I try not to let anything from Amazon stack up in my house. I do a shipment every day, even if it's a box, because I don't want. There's too many people in my house, and I don't want shit everywhere, you know what I'm saying? Because I have little kids, and I don't, you know what I'm saying? It's stuff, I can't have stuff everywhere all over my house. So it's like as soon as I get it, it's going right back out. I don't let stuff pile up until I be like, okay, this is the appropriate number for my shipment, whatever that arbitrary number is in my head. But you know what I'm saying? Because you know some people are like, well, I wait till I have X amount of stuff before I ship to Amazon. You know, I shipped out a box yesterday. It had 14 items in it. It was just a little bitty box, 14 items. It was all 14 of the same items. I threw it in a box, threw a sticker on it, dropped it off at UPS because I just don't want stuff stacking up in the house. So.
Right.
That's how I get too, man. I shipped out last week. Like, I'll do inventory placement a little later this year, but the some of the stuff when you start entering all these products into Amazon, it's like, all right, how many locations do we have? I have 46 boxes here, and I got 2 items going to one location, and times 5. So I'm just like, the heck with it, whatever, fine. You know, I know I'm being cheap, but I'll just ship out 2 things. I don't care. Mike, did you talk about how you kind of organized your stuff?
No. Well, basically, you know, I've been doing this for a long time, and I've really been ramping up, like, the clothing since I lived in Vegas a few years ago. I've always had, like, stuff coming out of Rubbermaids and things like that to be able to find them, and it was taking forever, especially in Vegas. It was getting really annoying having to go through the bins and find stuff to ship. When I moved here to Central California, the first thing I did was I got a storage unit. I bought the professional racks from Uline. I have 3 separate racks, which I think I've posted pictures in Resellers Roundtable before. One rack is just for like jackets and jerseys and sweaters. I have another rack for casual shirts like polos and long sleeve dress shirts and short sleeve like Hawaiian shirts, and then the other rack is just for t-shirts. And I actually had to go in. I sold a lot of stuff, not last week, but the week before when I was in bed sick. And I went to my storage, I think, Monday, and I was able to pull everything, and it took me less than 10 minutes. And I knew where everything was. The only thing that I do different is because my unit isn't climate controlled, but I have like things in place to protect it from bugs and stupid stuff like that, like the elements. I keep anything that's wool or anything that's white in a Rubbermaid, and I can get to it real quick because there's only one bin with the wool stuff, and that way it keeps it perfect, no holes, no surprises, and that's how I do that. Here at home, I keep the books for Amazon. They don't pile up because I send out a few with each order. I have a bookshelf right here. I don't know if you can see it, but I have a giant 6-foot-tall bookshelf, and the first row is all books, and then the last 2 rows on the bottom are all my coffee mugs. So that's how I keep everything organized. I know where everything is, and I don't let Amazon stuff pile up. As soon as I have a big enough order, it goes out the door, and I try and get something out at least once a week. So.
Yeah, if you can get in that habit of organizing, it does wonders. I mean, if right now 35 things just sold in the next hour, I can literally go in and do like a robot. You got to start understanding, you got to automate yourself. You got to automate your business. You got to organize your business. Even if it takes time to polybag all these shirts or these hats or whatever it may be, it's worth that time because now you've done all the legwork. You've done all the homework, and you just got it sitting over here. So when it sells, you go, oh, hey, okay, right? Now, I mean, it depends on what you're selling. I mean, I got clothing, vintage clothing, and obviously other things that are kind of longer tail, and sometimes it takes a while to sell. But I have no problem when something like that sells and I get $30. I could just easily go in and pick it. And you got to look at it you got to look at the bigger picture and treat your house or maybe your apartment or your storage unit as that's your warehouse, right? And I have a video. I know I said this earlier, but I have a video coming out about my experience with the warehouse. I don't know if a lot of you guys know. I know I've been getting a lot of traffic lately and people watching me. I used to have a warehouse in Chicago, and I'm going to explain the pros and cons to that because I think a lot of people think, oh, to be successful here, I have to go get a warehouse. And that's the furthest from the truth, right? That's e-commerce. It's online business, so there's a lot of things in all right, so anyway, here, we're moving forward here. I just thought this was a really cool kind of post here. It's from Caroline. She says, my husband and I love watching you guys. We are new to reselling, started casually about a year ago. I now work at a full-time from home. I love listening to you guys while I'm working. You are truly inspirational, a lot of fun. Would sure miss you guys if we were gone. And here's the point, guys, is that, a lot of people are asking, like, right now, oh, what's with this post in Resellers Roundtable? And I'll just tell you guys what I wrote. I mean, for you guys who are not in the group, but I just said, hey, listen, what's your thoughts on me closing this group? And, people gave their opinions, whatever, like that. And here's the thing, right? I've been doing this now for 4 years, talking about reselling, and it's finally at a point in time where I have literally taken the primo people and put them into one sector, which is Resellers Roundtable. I am not competing with other YouTubers, okay? I don't care what Joe Blow does over here or what Gumball Boya does over there. I don't care, all right? We are doing our thing, and we have our Facebook group. I am so proud to say, how many thousands of people have come through that group, making a post, hey, I just sold my first thing on Etsy. Thanks, guys. Just started Amazon, right? We've got a really good core of people, not just me, the admins, all these guys here, all the members, right? And it becomes frustrating sometimes when you get this hate and these people, I mean, I can't control them. I can't control what people think or what they want to say about me. I don't really care. All I know is there's a goal, and the goal is to make people successful. I'm telling you right now, I don't care how many Facebook groups are out there and this, that, and what they do. We run a tight ship. We're not going to put up with shenanigans. We're not going to put up with people bad-mouthing others, right? We've already eliminated one person, right? That everybody's like, oh, God, you hurt him. You hurt the bookman. Oh, my God, how could you do that? No, he was a poison, right? He's a scorpion, okay? We're doing our thing here, and this is our thing. And for you guys that are watching live or on the replay, we're doing our thing. There's no agenda here, right? You go into the Resellers Roundtable, if you act like... Huh? Oh. I'm like, what is that? But no, you know, at the end of the day, you know, we're here to help
back
you.
to you already, Mike.
Yeah, somebody was saying something. I don't know. It was weird. Anyway, but at the end of the day, you know, the reason I was like, you know, I just wanted to hear everybody's opinion on it because, like I said, we've helped a lot of people, not just me. A lot of you guys that even come in there and post and share your finds. It's amazing, right? I know for a fact that this group is a lot better than a lot of the paid stuff that's out there, right? And you can say whatever you want, okay? But the group as a whole is a very solid foundation of people that, if you're new and you're coming in, you can learn the fast track to reselling, making money quick, and getting aboard. And there's support for it all. And at the end of the day, you know, with all of this, with YouTube and Facebook, yeah, there's haters and trolls, and they come and they go, and they keep coming, they keep staying around, right? At the end of the day, I can just tell you this right now, the group's not disappearing. Nobody's deleting anything. You know, I made a commitment to make videos on YouTube and say, hey, I'm doing this. I'm talking about reselling and I'm going to help others. That's not going away, right? So there are going to be changes, and there's little changes that are happening behind the scenes a lot of people don't even see or hear, and it's just to better the group, right? And it's not just to say, oh, well, let's just feed Mike's pockets. No. So, you know, we are all here. We're moderating things. People are taking their time out of their day. And here's the thing, guys. It's free. It's freaking free. So stop complaining about it and interact, right? Resellers Roundtable is, to some people, it's like a high school, okay? People come in there, and we're trying to weed those freaking tools out so we can build it a university, right? Where people can come and they want to take it seriously. That's who we want in there. We don't need ass clowns. We don't need people talking about gumball machines or ebooks, right? I mean, this is what we're trying to do, is make it the elite program out there, which is free. So that's my explanation for that. It's not going away. Nothing's happening with it. Things come and go, and, you know, like last time, people were like, oh, there's so-and-so, somebody got this, that. It's gone. It's over with. It's disappeared. Nobody. At the end of the day, it was irrelevant, right? Where's so-and-so? Where's Billy Bob? Where's Tommy? Doesn't matter. This is Global Voodoo's channel here. This show is Tyler, Scott, and Mike, right? That's all who's on this show. We bring guests from time to time. Things are changing here, people. They're changing, and if you don't like it, leave. If you like it, stay. If you like the content, hit the like button. If not, hey, do what you got to do. But we're just moving forward all this, and we're doing it for everybody's best interest. And it's like I said this, I would go to bed sometimes at night, and I sit there and say, you know what, this is pretty amazing. I mean, all the people I've touched and all these guys have touched, and I mean, from Scott to freaking Tyler, you know, to Mike, to Joseph Day, to Bill, you know, Northern Picker, Jay Noggle, everybody who's out there, they're helping others. These other people aren't doing that. There's regurgitations. Oh, let me show you about snapbacks. Man, I got a video from 3 years ago that blows that shit away. Come on. At the end of the day, though, we're doing our thing, and that's what it is. So with that in mind, that was my question. Dan Hall asked what are our thoughts behind the post today. That's the thoughts, right? We're doing things. Now, there's the last question here is from Matthew. Take some time to share your vision, right? This is a vision, guys. This is a vision I had of saying, listen, I can teach people how to make money, and I can bring people in that know what they're talking about, hence these shows. These are people that know what they're doing, right? Do we have all the answers? Are we the experts? Are we the, you know, the freaking elite basketball team? I don't know. Maybe show me another team.
Thank you for not saying guru.
Yeah, we're not some. We're just dudes that come out here and we do this for a living, and we're sharing it with you, right? Back to the kind of the Resellers Roundtable thing. We're not going to put up with self-entitlement. You know, we're just not going to, right? It's free as it is. Take it for what it's worth, right? Self-entitled people, they're evil, right? I mean, I am getting pressured from people that are buying domain names, and they're trying to squeeze me and tell me that God told them to buy the freaking names. I mean,
they're acting more like Judas than Jesus.
Yeah,
ever.
I mean, there's a lot of stuff behind the scenes that I don't talk about. I don't share publicly, but there's a lot of craziness out there. I don't want to touch base on that. I just want to throw that out there real quick, so you can destroy me and do whatever you want.
Here's the thing, Mike. I think a lot of the people are so short-sighted in their vision for what they want to do. They're thinking about tomorrow and not next week or next month or next year. Or where am I going to be 6 years from now doing this? You know, it's all about making that quick buck for that. You're going to burn out.
Yeah, I mean, this is not the easiest job in the world. It's anybody can go out and do this and make money, and, you know, be smart about it. Maybe make an extra couple $100 to pay their bills. Yeah, that's awesome. This is what it's for. Nobody here is denying anybody, but we have separated ourselves from everybody else that's out there talking about reselling. And you know what? We are a happy family, you know. and we're entertaining people. We want more people to come in and talk to us and share their experiences, and that's what we're doing. So Matthew asked this question of, what's the vision? Can you talk about Treasure Track? Yeah, Treasure Track is this, guys. It's an idea that I've had for a long time, and I've brought others into the idea where we want to have this reality show, right? We want to have a weekly YouTube show where a lot of us meet up. A lot of us in this panel right now are going to meet up and go picking. We're going to have cameras shooting at us, right? Audio. We're going to have all this cool stuff and break them into 30-minute segments of shows, whether they're going to be educational, entertainment, you never know what's going to happen, but at the same point in time, it's just more value, right? More maybe inspiration for you to say, hey, man, yeah, look at these guys out there, right? And you're going to see things that it's just reality, right? This isn't Pawn Stars. This isn't American Pickers, right? We're moving forward with this project, and it's going to happen. I mean, it is so close right now. It's crazy. I got a Patreon thing set up for anybody that wants to support it, right? If you support it, God bless you. Thank you, right? Every dollar counts. Every $2 counts. Every $5, $10, $20, right? And but here's the end of the thing, guys. Where else? I'm asking you this question right now. I've been on YouTube for 4 years talking about reselling. What else do I need to tell you? What else do I need to keep doing? I'm going to keep providing value, more videos, but let me do this. Let me go show you guys what I can do with these other guys, and go out there and freaking hustle bustle and film this thing. And when you guys see it, everybody's going to say, oh, snaps, look at this. That's all I'm asking. I mean, Tyler, I told you this idea about Treasure Track. What do you think about the idea? Am I freaking out of my mind?
Yeah, I think it's great. I just wish we started filming already because of the stuff that I've been finding recently. It's like, man, this would be great to have in video. And it's like some of the stuff that happens, like, I even know when I called you about that plush haul that I had, it's like people wouldn't believe that, that's why I was hesitant to put the pictures on, because I didn't think people would believe me that I bought like 500 pieces of plush toys for $18 at a yard sale. But that stuff is real. It does happen. You just got to look for those opportunities. They're out there.
They really are. And all it is for us to document it, us to get together. And believe it or not, come knocking on your door, right? If we say, hey, guys, we're in Indiana today, and any of you guys that are viewers or Resellers Roundtable members, dude, me and Scott will be walking around going, hey, where you at, yo? Because we're knocking on the door. Come and picking with us today, boys.
Come hang out.
I mean, but Scott, you know the idea, the vision of Treasure Track. I mean, is this a good idea? I mean, I'm not trying to screw anybody, but I just think it'd be awesome, wouldn't it?
Yeah, I agree. I think it is. It's something. It's like a natural progression. I mean, we've been doing the same stuff for so long, and it'd be something different, and it'd be real. I think people want to see realistic stuff. They don't want to see, the Pawn Star stuff where it's all stage and to another extent American Pickers, where we actually go places and find stuff and how we react, and how we deal with the good stuff and bad, because it ain't all home run and shit. I mean, in reality, it's not. We love talking about the home runs, but we don't find them every day. So it's the little things that add up that makes this business what it is. So I think people would really enjoy seeing that.
I do too, and there's no power struggle or nothing. It's going. First off, I'm telling you this, guys, right now it's happening. It is happening. It's in the movements right now. So
I just think it's like a really cool idea to have multiple personalities on the show who obviously have charisma and people like watching. It's not the same old, hangout where we're just talking about reselling and answering questions. We're actually going out and showing people what we look for when we go out. And I think it's an awesome concept, and it's not going to be like anything else that's out there, including shows that may or may not have been on TV at one point.
Yeah. I'm looking in the comments here. I mean, yeah, we get trolls that come here, right? They hide under other names, but guess what? These are other YouTube celebrities in the reselling community. It's pathetic, right? We can't control them. We can't stop them, right? That's why we have to sometimes do a purge in the Resellers Roundtable to make sure some of this garbage leaves. And unfortunately, when you entertain with them and you interact with them, yeah, I mean, you just start to see it, right? But again, like we said, I have separated myself from these other people. I want nothing to do with any of these other people. I don't care who they are. If you're new making videos, yeah, let's talk. But if you're established and you're like so and so, and you're part of this room or you're this that, I want nothing to do with you. I'm telling you to your face. If you're part of some society or whatever, you are nothing. You are irrelevant. You're not even on the map, bro. Right? I'm telling you. And I will. Yeah, I do call out people. I call out people all the time. I've called them out since day one. The rest of them, they're afraid.
When I hear there's someone else on this panel who calls out people.
Yeah, we're all calling out people.
And then to the people that grown ass man that goes on Gmail to make a fake fucking account just to troll somebody on a YouTube channel. Like, come on, bro.
Not just one account though.
Come on, man. Like you supposed to be a grown man and you taking the time out of your day to do something that childish. Like who's really the asshole?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Well, let me just tell you about books, blazers, and ties. They're
really, dude. Get a life, get a girlfriend, get a hobby.
Go do something.
Go do something.
All right, so we wasted 10 minutes there, kind of talking negativity, whatever. Right? I mean, some of the stuff just needs to be aired out there, and some people are like, "Yeah, what is it?" We're done. All right, so we're gonna end the show here with some finds. I'm gonna show my finds. We'll get over to everybody over there, and then I appreciate you guys watching. If you do like the content, for sure like it, comment it. If you want to support what we're trying to do with the treasure track, it's patreon.com/resellers. Yep, it's resellers. So go check it out and support the cause for sure. It'll be interesting. It's happening, and there's going to be a lot of cool things going on. So Tyler was on the phone with me yesterday, and he was telling me about his awesome freaking scores, which he doesn't have tonight. But he's sitting there. I'm on the phone with him, and I'm in Goodwill, and he's telling me this, and I'm excited. I'm like, dude, you just did what? You scored this? I mean, I want the, when you start hearing about the reselling stories, right, you start to get that itch. You're like, oh, I got to go out there and try to find some finds. So I'm on the phone with Tyler, and next thing you know, I mean, I just came across stacks of Warhammer fantasy role-play books, right? And I just said, Tyler, what did I say to you, Tyler? I said, I got to go, Tyler.
By the way, you never did go back.
Dude, because I was knee-deep in books with these Warhammers, man. So anyway, I'm looking at all these books, and I just sit there and, I'm not a book scanner, man. To me, I don't want to spend 8 hours a day at Goodwill. But I just noticed some books, sometimes they look a little interesting, so I scanned it, and I'm just like, holy cow, this one's $95, right? $95 for these fantasy role-play books, Warhammers, and so I picked up a bunch of these, and I was just like, this is freaking cool, right? What did I pay? $2.99. I have no problem paying $2.99. Thank you, Goodwill. Appreciate you doing me good. Doing me good.
They give you the easy labels to take off. Mine are like 15-minute process per book.
Yeah, it's like getting a fucking boot on your tire, right?
Especially with some of these paperback books I get.
All right, so there's my find, and then really quick here, I got a video. I keep saying this today. I've said it like 4 times, but I got a video coming out again. I had this really interesting garage sale thing. I periscoped it, and I found this guy, Ninjago Lego clock, right? And I barely paid a quarter for it. Honestly, it was just in this bin, and I said, "How much are the toys?" I don't know. Get a pile of it together, and I grabbed a bunch of cool stuff, and it was like $2. I'm like, really? Now, this thing here, when I picked it up, I didn't know what these were worth, honestly. I figured, oh, God, somebody give me $15 for this. I mean, the clock works. It's, Ninjago. It's Lego. Well, they go for anywhere from $30 to $50, Mm-hmm. So I'm like, hey, this is kind of cool. So, yeah, there's my find there. Mike, what have you got? You got another item you want to show us, man?
Sure. So, it's kind of weird that you would be showing a book, because that's kind of what my item is, too.
I got a book on Teacup micro pigs.
Micro pigs.
Yeah, it's crazy. Like, I scanned this over there. I don't really do too many books as far as the scanning and stuff. I'll just grab something if it looks cool. This thing is in like new condition, and I scanned it, and it's going for about $25 on Amazon. And I paid. I got this at Salvation Army. I only paid a quarter for it. So it's a pretty good flip. This thing is definitely in like new condition. You can tell by the cover and the binding and everything. I don't even think it's been read at all. So I'm excited, man. Anytime I can turn a quarter into $25, I'm happy.
Yeah, I mean, it's book money. It's like, that's I always said this, and now we've all talked about this. Yeah, some of these books, yeah, they're worth grabbing, man. I mean, I've seen the chat here. Sold a cookbook, paid 50 cents for it, sold for 30. Yeah, it happens.
And then,
why? Go ahead, Mike.
I mean, the other item I got was a book on like ancient Ephesus, and it's in English, and it's a travel book, and that's like my niche as far as the books go. If they have, cool pictures and things like that, and you can tell there's a little bit of age to the book, I'll pick it up even if it isn't selling for anything on Amazon, because, like I've said many times, I actually do read, and the travel books are what's most fun for me. Got a nice little map in here, and it's all color, and it's specifically in English. I mean, this thing's pretty cool.
Can't beat that, man. I mean, there's money in books.
I think I paid 10 cents for this at my thrift store that's in the hood. So it's a lot easier to buy stuff out there.
Okay, here's a question, Mike. I mean, we know that you can make profit on books, but could you dedicate a YouTube channel to books? I mean, is it that fucking exciting? Hey guys, it's Book Night with Mike. Tonight we're talking about
books. I mean, that's not the thing that I'm interested in doing. So, I don't get so excited when I find books or anything for Amazon. I mean, it's more like I happen to be looking in the book section for some of these travel books and stuff that I like to read about other countries and, different other, things, and, I'll happen to come across some. And then, I'll scan it when I'm walking through the store, and it's like, holy shit, this book's selling for $50, and it's under, like, 500,000 rank? Yeah, I'll send it.
I know books are interesting, but it's like, I mean,
I can't
dedicate a YouTube channel around books. I mean, is that... Oh, let me ask all of you guys that are watching this live or on the replay. If all four of us next week decide, hey, we're just gonna do books, would you really want to watch that? Is it that freaking exciting? I mean, I would put myself to sleep. I mean, how much longer can we talk about books? I don't know. Anyway, so answer that question. Scott, what do you got to show? You got an item to show? And first off, Scott, do you want to do the show next week? We just talk for 2 hours, just talking about books.
No, not books. Not books.
Yeah, I won't be here.
Video games or sports or anything, but I mean, I read. Don't get me wrong. I'm not that dude. Like, I don't read, but I'm I don't even think a bookseller would want to talk about books for 2 hours. I mean, I don't know. Just me.
It's boring. It's like, I mean, if I just started coming out with the YouTube books, hey guys, packaged up 500 books today. Yep, I'm a freaking trooper duper, right? I'm the best. Cheerleaders, talk to me. Come on, tell me how great I am.
It's harder for me. Like, it's really crazy because, like, how I mentioned how they tag your book, it'll take you 10 seconds to rip that tag off and not do any damage to your book. With me, it's a whole process. Like when I buy them at Goodwill because they put these stickers on them, it takes forever, and I don't want to be stuck doing that forever. It'll take me like as much time to pack them up and ship them out as it will to take those tags off, and it's annoying. So, I mean, that's not what I focus on out here. You focus on what can make you money in the shortest amount of time out here, and it's not books.
Tyler, let me just ask you this before we get back to Scott when he shows his item. But Tyler, if you woke up tomorrow and you saw, like, you got a notification on your phone that says, and then here's the title, Crushing It with Books, Story Time with Mike, while Mike goes in depth on 20 great titles that will profit huge money. Would you watch that video? Would you watch 30 minutes of me just sitting there? Because I have a video out like that. I thought, are people really watching me? Talking like I'm freaking...
I'd probably ask, if you had any... mental illness in your family history, and if you did, and that was a direction of your channel, I'd probably just unsubscribe and move on.
Definitely.
Cool. All right, so Scott, what you got, man?
All right. Going into we'll talk about the local game. I had I think I showed you guys before some of those model Matchbox cars Matchbox planes I picked up. But I picked up a couple more. They called me and they had some more. And they're these right here. I sent the other one some more in Amazon already. But I got some more of them. This is Matchbox, they made these collectible cars from the what's it called, the National Aviation Hall of Fame. They're basically cars from planes from World War II. This box right here, and it's some of the most famous. Some of the aces, some of the planes they flew. There's a little series they came out with. I bought 5 from before, and he had some more. He called me, and I bought the rest of them. So these right here, I got some more to send in to Amazon. It's pretty cool. Plus, I like planes, World War II type stuff. So it's a cool find for me.
Yeah, diecasts, man. There's some money in that.
Oh yeah.
Trains and automobiles. Good movie. All right, Tyler, we got to go, guys. So appreciate all you guys watching for sure. Obviously, again, if you like the video, like it, share it with a friend. Tell a story, talk about, how we're idiots and morons and tools. But Tyler, so what? You got another item you want to show us, man?
Yeah, I did. I know a lot of times on the show we talk about like video games and stuff like that, but one thing that I find quite often that sells really well for me is the storage containers for these gaming systems. This is actually from the vintage one, first PlayStation run, and these can do really well depending on the size. This one's about $20 to $30. I'm actually going to keep this one because I don't have one for my personal collection of PlayStation games, but I come across the N64 ones all the time. Minimum of $40 to $50 on those ones every time I get them, and the Goodwills, they don't really know how to price these, so this was only $2, so I'll take that all day long. It's in great shape, and they're easy to box up and sell. So look out for that kind of stuff too, because that stuff, anything with the PlayStation, Nintendo logo, anything like that, it sells really well and fast because there wasn't a lot of those made, so. And the gamers want them to store their games in, so.
Yeah, those in the bags, the actual bags for the systems.
Mm-hmm.
You'll find those. I find a couple of those a week just at the bottom. Most thrift stores just throw all the bags to a bin.
Yeah.
You look through the bags, you'll find a PlayStation bag or Xbox One bag. Those sell really, really well.
Oh yeah, those guys want that authentic stuff.
Yep.
Yeah, those Nintendo bags go like that, and especially if you can hold off if you start to see a lot of competition with that, hold off, because I've sold some of those N64 bags or Nintendo bags that all day long they sell for $20, $25 for $40, $50, just because I was the only freaking seller that had it online. All right, so again, appreciate all you guys watching, appreciate all you guys commenting, appreciate you guys coming here all the time on Monday to watch us talk and chat and talk about reselling. There's, like I said, there's no agenda. We answer questions in the Facebook group, and we just do our thing. So let's get to the final words here. Mike Nagel, you got anything you want to talk about before we leave?
Sure, why not? Just everybody who's a member of Resellers Roundtable, please be respectful of one another. Talk to people how you would want to be talked to. Please stop posting out in the field, how much can I get for this? Is this worth any money? It's driving me up a wall because it's clogging up not only the feed of the group, but my personal Facebook feed. I wake up to just pictures of random shit from the thrift store. Should I buy this? And, other than that, just, be cool, everybody. You can talk to anybody in the group. People IM me all the time. I'm always available to answer any questions or anything. I don't think I've snubbed anybody, so... just keep in mind that I'm working full-time doing this as well, so if it takes me a minute to get back to you, I've seen your IM, and I'll get back to you as soon as I have a minute. So make sure you like the video if you enjoyed this with all of us, and, see everybody in the group.
Cool. Scott, what you got to say, man? Scott, first off, I gotta say this, dude. The blabs last week, they're freaking off the hook, dude. Those blabs, man. I don't.
Yeah.
Are you doing any more this week, dude? Because those were freaking.
Yeah, the one Friday, I wish I had recorded, because if you tell somebody what happened, nobody would believe it unless they were in the blab. So.
What happened?
Dude, I was.
Some girl showed up. She showed her boobs. It was.
Wait. One blab I missed, and there's boobs?
Yeah, it was a boob blab at one point.
It was crazy, but It was the Friday, the random one we do. You know, like just random talking. And then, you know, just some random girl popped in, and she was just like, "Hey, follow me on Periscope. I sell underwear on Etsy," and it was just crazy. It was just it went
lab show.
It went completely into right field, but me and Bill, the Northern Picker, we do blabs, and Mike jumped in. He's been jumping in on. Gotta get Tyler to jump in on. Mm-hmm. Mike Nagel jumped in on me. Basically, it's you know, if you haven't been in, it's another social media outlet, and we talk about reselling, and we're basically talking about reselling to people that never heard of reselling. So it's like every day we're reaching new people that want to get into it, or maybe have thought about it and stuff like that. So it's a pretty cool audience, and it's, you know, we talk about different things we do. It's more of a personal thing. Like, we're talking more about reselling as far as how it fits into our lifestyle. And I think it's a cool platform for that, because there's a lot of interaction between the people on the panel and the people in chat, because the guys, like, the way you see it is not the way we see Google Hangout. It's a weird interface. We don't see your comments. We have to flip between screens. So it's kind of weird, but
Lab is really interactive and cool. And,
yeah, it's really interactive. It's cool. It's a way to meet people, to connect with people. So it's something we've been doing. It's something we're trying out differently. But yeah, and on top of that, I'm really happy about Resellers Roundtable. The participation is awesome. The people are giving us some really good information and some nuggets in the group, and I'm really happy with the direction of it. You know, it's much less trolling, much less, you know, assholery going on. You know, because that's one of the things that makes me the maddest. Yeah. Is when someone asks a legitimate question and then someone comes out of the blue with the most sarcastic asshole answer they could find, and that's their only comment for the whole month. You know what I'm saying? So people, if you're gonna do that, just skip it. You know, because I mean, somebody really might want to know the answer to something, not have your smart ass, "I'm trying out for Def Comedy Jam" answer. You know what I'm saying?
The group may appreciate that kind of answer more, because, you know, but yeah.
I truly think a lot of people are trying out for Def Comedy Jam when they ask some decent questions. It's crazy, but yeah, I really love the vibe. I love the synergy in it, and like I said, we do these. We're doing the Monday show. We're doing stuff on Blab, you know. So, and Mike is always on Periscope. I haven't been on Periscope in a while, but like a week or so. But we on Periscope on here. We're just trying to interact with the people that we talk to on Facebook a lot. You know, no ulterior motives, nothing like that. So, you know, check it out.
Yeah, and Scott, what's the link? Is it what's it under at? You got to follow you on Twitter, right?
Yeah, if you follow me on Twitter, it's at Cash Money Chewy. And the link to go to Blab is blab.im. And most of my blabs are scheduled already, all under the business tab. And you'll see my picture and resell. I'm the only one talking about reselling on Blab, so it won't be hard to find. But yeah, it's blab.im, and, you know, follow me at Cash Money Chewy on Twitter, and you'll get notifications. And it's me and Bill and Mike and whoever else wants to jump in. There's no like set thing, but that's it with that.
Besides the boobs, I mean, well, it depends what you want to watch, but I mean, they've been really, really awesome. A lot more content-driven shows I've seen on Blab from these guys than.
Hey, you know what? It never hurts to have a pair of boobs every once in a while.
Yeah, I mean, hey. But anyway, you know, back what Scott was saying, you know, yeah, I mean, the Resellers Roundtable is there to help, right? But those smart asses, right? When somebody's saying, "Hey, what do you guys think about this?" and somebody comes in and says, "That ain't worth shit." Come on, man. When we see a comment like that, guess what? Now you're in our sights, and we go, "Dude, you're just on borrowed time, bro. You're just on borrowed time, man. You better freaking, you know." But that's what you got to do. There's a lot of work behind all this to make it happen. But we're not gonna. There's no negativity in that group, right? People can say, "Oh, that's the group for drama." You know, no, I don't think there's any drama in that group. You know, but at the same point in time, there's some shittery, some fucking, what do you call it, assholery?
Assholery.
Going on, and just be polite and be respected, right? Like I said, right now it's at a high school level. We're going to get it to a university level really, really soon here, where there's going to be none of that. And trust me, we're watching people like freaking hawks, right? Like a hawk. But all right, so Tyler, do you have another item to show? Well, no, you already showed your items.
Yeah, I
you
should.
did.
All right, so final word for you, Tyler, and before tie this into the conversation I had with you yesterday. Just give people a sneak peek of the one little item that you were talking to me about, maybe those shoes.
Okay.
Never seen
Yeah, I'll give you a keyword hint. Mailman. How about that?
There we go. Cool. Awesome.
So, kind of for my final word, I just want to thank all the people who are watching again tonight. And for those of you out there in the Resellers Roundtable Facebook group, you know, to be in that group is a privilege, not a right. So don't abuse it or you will lose it. So, I mean, try to, you know, it's, you know, a lot of people just need to grow up and just, you know, handle it like adults. You know, we're all business people in there. Some are at different levels than others. But we're all, you know, our minds are trying to, like, mesh together, and we're trying to, like, blend together and use this as a resource to grow and build everybody up around us. So, you know, check out the Blabs. I've checked them out. I haven't jumped in yet. They're really good. I missed the boob one, apparently. Mike, boobs are good every once in a while. So, but anyway, so yeah, I'm just glad I'm a part of this this group and this panel, and it's always a privilege to come on here and talk to you guys. And I just wanted to apologize that I was late. My roller hockey tonight went a little over, so I was late getting on. So I just wanted to apologize that I was not here at the start of the hangout. So.
Hey, appreciate you as always. Just like appreciate Scott and Mike for coming on. This was a long show, 2 hours 15 minutes. Hopefully we entertained you guys. Hopefully you got some information out of it. Hopefully there was there was some assholery and some foolery and some boobs that all just happened here. But again, guys, we're going to end it here, and we'll go from there. Again, just go out there and do your thing. Go out there and make money. Be yourself, you know. And if you like what we talk about, you want to be part of the Facebook group Resellers Roundtable, it's facebook.com/groups/Resellers Roundtable. Check it out. And again, so we're going to tune out of here, guys. We appreciate you guys watching. You know, leave some feedback down below if you guys are watching this on the replay or after the fact. And you know, we're always looking to have new people on to talk about different types of experiences. Thumbs it up, and let's get this video to some good amount of likes. And if you do like the stuff, you do want to see Treasure Trek happen, stuff like that, just give us some support. We'd appreciate it. So we're out of here, guys. Till next time. Peace. Peace.